Welcome to Toys of Primus, and today I have a surprise review for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Crab Mech Battle Playset, which I acquired off of Amazon for about 30 bucks. That was the only retailer I saw it being sold at. I have not seen this in stores anywhere, but who knows, eventually it might show up at places like Target or Walmart. I thought this playset looked super cool, and I decided to order it and do a review for it. So it includes a Sonic the Hedgehog 3 figurine, but it's a 2.5-inch figurine, so the smaller scaled ones. And as for the playset itself, it has 4 features, which I can point out to you on the back of the box. Alright, so it has a door on top to fit a 2.5 figurine in. So you can have one of the smaller scaled Sonic figures piloting the Crab Mech. It would make sense that Robotnik would pilot this thing instead of Sonic, but maybe that's something that happens in the movie, and that's why it includes a Sonic figure. But just to make this make more logical sense, I did pick up a 2.5 Robotnik figurine to go with this mech. So hopefully he can fit inside, other than, you know, just a Sonic figure that comes with it. So that's the one feature it has. The second feature is that it includes a trap door underneath the mech. I guess to have the character make a brief escape if they need to, you know, escape from the mech. Also the red lens, or they call it the eye, that extends. I'm not sure how that extends. I will know after I open it up and read the instructions, of course. And of course, one of the claws has a pinching action, and it looks like it's going to be the left claw, but maybe both claws have pinching action? Who knows? Alright, and oh no, it requires some assembly! No, I thought this thing was already assembled together, so look at this. So this is the main body of the Crab Mech. Looks pretty cool. There is the 2.5-inch figurine of Sonic the Hedgehog. And these are the pinchers? It looks like to be the legs. Okay, yes, the legs and pinchers of the Crab Mech. So, okay, wait a minute. Okay, so, okay, these are the legs. These are the pinchers over here. Okay, so I'm going to get this fully assembled and start the review. So here is the Crab Mech Battle playset in all of its glory. All of the features on it seem to work fine. I only have one small gripe with one of the features, which I will get to in a few seconds here. But let's just move these two figures out of the way, Sonic and Robotnik. Alright, so for the assembly, overall assembly, it was quite easy. Comes with 6 pair of crab legs here. You just insert them into the joints. It doesn't matter which side you insert them in. It just seems like they work on either side of the body of the crab. As I was looking at the instructions, there was no specific way to or no specific order, I meant to say, to insert these. As for the pinchers, or the arms of the crab, just make sure the screw holes are facing the bottom as you're inserting them towards the front of the body there. But other than that, assembly process was quite simple. So, articulation for the legs of this Crab Mech, you're going to get most of the articulation, most of the movements from where you inserted them, or where you assembled them at. So that part right there, for each of the joints, that's where you're going to get most of the movements right there, with all of the legs here, all 6 of them. As for the rest of the legs, you know, they're nicely detailed, but no other articulated joints, which, you know, it is what it is. It's a kid's toy. It's not a high-end collectible, so of course they're not going to go to the extreme here with articulated joints, but it's just enough to get some cool playability out of it. Either playability or, you know, display purposes, if you wish to do so. So let's get to the features of this this crab mech. Also the joints for the pinchers. Most of the articulation, sorry, is going to be right there where you assembled it at. But it also rotates right there at the pinchers for both sides. Okay. So for the features of this crab mech, it does have the pinching feature for both sides there. So you can do this, and you can like have it pick up Sonic and hold it in one of the pinchers and have Sonic be in danger, right? Alright, and you can just drop Sonic like that. Alright, so that's one of the features. The other feature is the eye extension, and that's the feature I have a small gripe with, because there is no button or switch to extend that eye, so you have to grab it with your hands or your fingers and your thumbs and just try to pull it out like that, and it extends about that far. So I think it's pretty neat, but I would prefer if they would have added like a button or something just to make that a bit easier. The fact that you have to grab it and, you know, force it out and then push it back in because there's nothing to retract the eye. But it's a nice feature, I suppose. Just wish there was a button for it. The other two features is the cockpit area where you can put your pilot for the mech, and there it is. That's what it looks like inside, and yeah, it goes deeper. It's kind of difficult to see on camera, but it goes deeper in there because underneath is the trap door, and you can, you know, open that up to release the figure, or you can just open it up on top and take the figure out manually. So as shown on the box, you can put Sonic in there. It showed Sonic sitting down, but the figure is kind of, oh, there it goes. Okay, I was gonna say it's kind of difficult to get into a sitting position, but yeah, you could put him that way, like that. Close the top of the cockpit area and have him pilot this giant mech crab playset, right? Or let's see, you can have him maybe, yeah, stand in there. There we go, like right in that spot right there, right? And let's see, turn it this way. So it has like a groove right there to get your fingernails in to do this. And there's Sonic. And, you know, you can have him make a brief getaway as the crab mech, I don't know, explodes or gets defeated or whatever. But yeah, that's what the trapdoor area looks like. And it has a seat, or at least a part that looks like a seat. I assume that would be a seat, right? It looks like it. Right? Alright, so to me it would make sense, or it would make more sense for this playset to include a Robotnik figure instead of a Sonic figure, so I had to buy Robotnik separately. And let's see if we can put him in there, but I don't think he can get into a sitting position because look at the way his coat, if I can get it to focus, yeah. Look at the way his long coat is sculpted around his thighs there, so it kind of makes it okay. So I could kind of see why they did not include a Robotnik with this, because it's kind of difficult to get him in a sitting position. But I mean, you could still here, you can do this. You can like lay him down like that, right? Sort of. Or you can have him stand up on the trapdoor part like that. Yeah. So you can still fit a Robotnik figure in there like this and have him pilot the mech. Like, haha, you are mine, Sonic, mine! Oh no! Shadow, save me! Oops. Shadow had a little accident. Okay, there we go. Again, this playset mostly compatible with the 2.5-inch figurines. Not so much the bigger ones like the 5-inch Sonic or 5-inch Shadow. Where did I put him? I know I have the one on the bike there, but I have my other one here. I mean, they do look cool to display with the mech, you know, like that. It looks very cool. Playability-wise, I think for the scale of it, it's, you know, mostly meant for the smaller figures. But you can display it with the bigger figures as well, and it looks just as cool. And no, you won't be able to get the bigger figures inside of this thing because of how big these figures are. They're not gonna... Yeah, see? The most you can do is, I guess, have Shadow... Or, sorry, Sonic. You can have Sonic stand up inside the mech like that. But, yeah, it's not gonna work. You need the smaller figures for this. There you go. So there you have it. This will conclude my review for the Crab Mech Battle playset from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 live-action movie. It's not a bad looking playset for $30. Obviously, yes, I feel like they could have added a bunch more fun features for 30 bucks, but for the features it does have, it's not too bad. I mean, at least I like the overall look of this mech. Does make for a very cool display piece, and you know, for playability, it has a door on top where you can put a 2.5-inch figurine in there, so you can have whoever you like to or whoever you want in there to pilot this mech. The pinchers, very fun to play around with, and of course the articulation, you know, you can move these around. The pinchers, that is, and the legs all individually. So, you know, it has some articulation there, even though it's not it's not like a high-end action figure, so you're not going to get the rest of the legs articulated. You're not going to get them to spread out or anything crazy like that. But they are articulated enough. The trap door underneath, I feel like that's not really needed. I feel like they could have scrapped that idea for like a button or a switch for this eye that extends, because every time it looks like yeah, it appears that you have to grab it like that and then force the eye forward like that outside of the mech. So, I mean, it's a nice option that they have this eye that extends, but again, I wish there was a button or a switch for that, instead of trying to grab it all the time. But yeah, they could have scrapped the trapdoor for a button or something. But overall, I dig it. I like it. I have no regrets spending 30 bucks on this thing. Again, I got it, or found it on Amazon rather. And it includes a Sonic figure as a bonus right here. Even though it makes more sense to have Robotnik in there, right? But unfortunately, Robotnik is sold separately. And not really compatible with the 5-inch figures, but for display purposes, it still looks cool standing next to them. Alright, this is Toys of Primus, and I will see you in the next one. Later.